Hi guys, so it's ridiculous o'clock and I woke up really quite early and I felt like doing a video, and I'll probably wait. Well, I'll wait to post this, if indeed I ever post it at all. I don't do videos sometimes just for my own sake, and in fact I do all my videos for my own sake. And I don't always post them because it helps to, you know, to keep a record of my musings for myself. And I was thinking, there's so many things go through my mind. So I think about many things, I feel about many things. And I think we all do, really. True soul travellers, you know. Just a minute, guys, I just got to close the window. It's bloody freezing. Well, it would be, it's winter, but it's really all about you know, I mean, all of us true souls, we question what this place is, right? We do. I mean, for most of us, we only have very vague notions of something else, if you know what I mean. It's like having been in a room, a bit like Kaspar Hauser or something. Look that up, Kaspar Hauser, Kaspar with a K. It's an interesting story. But anyway, it's a bit like that. It's if we've been encapsulated in this realm, and this realm is within us as much as we are in it, if you know what I mean. So it's given us its mind. And for those who are truly awake, we can see that it's hell, really. It is a kind of hell. There is beauty here, there is goodness here. On one of my walks recently, I saw a kingfisher again, and you know, it's a beautiful thing. When you see a beautiful animal, beautiful birds, you also know in that instance that everything in this realm decays and dies, and that is evil, that something as beautiful as that has to grow old or sick and die, and that is evil. We know what this realm is. I don't need to go into that in, you know, all my videos. And I mean, for anybody who's subscribed to my channel, you know, feel free to watch any of my videos, even the ones, you know, at the very bottom as you scroll, because you'll find something there, no doubt. And if you know, if anything, you'll see my progression as well, because, you know, I have changed. True souls seek to evolve. We seek to, I suppose the ultimate impetus is we seek to leave this place because we know we don't belong here. Here's the thing, are we really here at all? I don't really think we are. I think this realm is merely a state of mind, as it were. I think that's all it is. I don't think it's real at all. But you cannot enter heaven with the consciousness of hell, you see. And so hell has to be purged out. It has to be. The hell contagion has to be purged out. Because the leash, or the millstone, or the shackle that I call the dark generator, can then no longer hold on to us. But first we need to awaken to the fact that this is hell. The amount of people I know that are supposedly, that claim to be awake, but that don't even understand the very basic notion of disease, old age, death being completely wrong and evil. Madness. And when I said in my last video that I feel we came here to do something, I didn't mean to say that we are here to change the world, because I don't believe that. A long time ago, I was given this sentence, and it said, you cannot change the world, but your world will change forever. And at the time, I tried very hard to get my head around it, but I couldn't understand exactly what it meant. But I understand what it means now. You cannot change the world because the world isn't real. It is a phantasmagorical mind illusion. It's Maya. It's really not real. This comes to us all the time. You realise that the mainstream media, fucking mainstream media, just a minute, guys. Right, looms. That's all right. He's a bit out of sorts. It's okay. Mummy's here. He's a bit out of sorts. Cats. It's an illusion. It's Maya. It's not real. I know that a lot of people, soul travelers, whatever, have trouble with that. I still get cognitive dissonance with regards to that. The only reason that cognitive dissonance is there is because of all the programming, the hell programming, the hell contagion, that this is real, that there is a God who sits up there, who is a vengeful, angry God. He's always angry, isn't he? He's always pissed off, and we're sinners, and we're bad, and, you know, and then you get these, and then, you know, and you have to do the very best you can against the odds all the fucking time, whilst dying. From the minute you're born, you begin to die, you begin to rot, you begin to decay, and you're told all that is necessary. You're even told it's good, that it's beautiful, and all of that is like a poison that is gradually fed into us from the minute we're born. But it's ancestral anyway. That is also a main stream. It's a stream, like we're on a drip, and it feeds that poison into us, you know. And we become convinced of its veracity. Well, that is the truth, until we begin to awaken and unwrap layer after layer after layer the illusion, until it's you know, until it's shown up for what it is, for what it really, really is. And there's no way you can teach anybody or tell anybody. It has to be experienced. In fact, most of the things I talk about in my videos cannot really be put into words in any great way at all. And I'm not even very good with words, really. Cognitive dysfunction is epic now for me. I used to have quite a good vocabulary, but my vocabulary is just like woo, because it doesn't actually really matter. You know, it doesn't even matter. It reminds me that, you know what, Anika, those who know do not speak, and those who speak do not really know. Ergo, I don't really know. Isn't it, Looms? Looms never speaks. It's because he knows. Don't you, Looms? You're an angel. Mummy loves you. Yeah. It's this realm is like being in a cult, you know. I was talking about Jim Jones and the People's Temple yesterday, and I used to do a lot of research on cults and how they insinuate their narrative into a person's psyche until that person is completely subjugated and has lost any kind of self-determinism, self-awareness, freedom of choice, anything at all. It's all gone. They're just, you know, they're slaves within the prison. They were already slaves, but now they're double slaves, or they're triple slaves, because we're all slaves in a sense here, aren't we? the minute we're born into this place, this fallen illusion of a world, we're slaves. And so if you then join a cult, you're a double slave, you know, because you're a slave within a slave or whatever, you know. I mean, but here's the thing. Despite all of that, despite the horror of this place, despite when you awake you see it all, more and more and more and more and more, how painful it is, excruciating, right? But at the same time, what I feel also very strongly, and you know, despite feeling that very strongly, I get massive cognitive dissonance, or rather I get this resistance going on here. It's like, no, you can't trust it. But it is there nevertheless, this deep, profound sense of meaning. And it's consistent, it's always been there with me. When I really tune into my life, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, whatever, it's always been there. Even as a child, it was there, it was within me, and it was all around me, and it was the guiding principle. It feels very feminine, but I dare say that it's both feminine and masculine. But the masculine part of it is nothing like the perverted, distorted masculinity, patriarchal bullshit that we see in this realm, nor is the feminine anything like the weak, the raped, the fake girl power Spice Girl. I was actually thinking about, I'll get to that in a minute actually, so I do ramble on, man, you know. Here's the thing, it is the masculine and the feminine as a whole, but it's clear. It is in its true essence, you know, and it's always been there. It's been in my entire life, and it tells me that this realm is an illusion, that I'm not really here, hence I cannot change the world, because it's like when you why would you want to change something that isn't real? No. So when I say I'm here to do something, or when I say that, when I talk about reset, what I think I'm talking about, and again I don't know as such, but what I think I'm talking about is that this realm will simply cease to be, because it isn't real. So it will be like kind of like going home. The veils will begin to part. You know, as we go inwards, the veils begin to part as well, don't they? I had a vision once of a deep sea diver. There's a film I really like, Le Grand Bleu. The Big Blue. It's one of my favourite films, and it's all about deep sea divers, you know, but they don't use breathing apparatus. They do it naturally. It's got Jean Reno in it and Jean-Marc Barr. It's a very good film, I love it. And as we go inward, it's that way as well. You dive in to the ocean without breathing apparatus, and you go deeper and deeper, and it gets darker and darker, and it gets colder and colder, and you feel so fucking alone. You experience the truth of this realm. You experience the isolation, you experience the abandonment, you experience the horror, you experience the bewilderment, you experience the fury and the rage, you experience the self-attack, the self-annihilation, the self-sabotage. You experience and understand the fact that your free will has been subjugated, and that something else is sitting in the throne of your psyche. It uses, I had that experience yesterday, because I said how I felt like having a little ciggy, and I did, and it was utterly disgusting, you know, it really was. It was like, why am I doing this? Something wants us to self-sabotage, like I did yesterday by having that ciggy. That was an act of self-sabotage. It didn't make me feel any better. It weakened me, and the dark generator used it against me. It it gains more of a foothold, as it were. Every time we self-sabotage, every time we do an act, commit an act, or say a word, or behave in any kind of way that is against our own best interests, against our true self, the dark side within us, the virus, the hell contagion, but also the dark generator, which exists, I don't know, on the etheric plane, perhaps, whatever, it gains power. You see? And that tells me something. That tells me that's very integral to this realm. That is really what it is. It's all about the takeover, the hostile takeover of our consciousness for it to be bent to the will of the dark side. Join the dark side, Luke. So that this empire of dirt, this empire of decay, may remain in situ. Everything in this realm, and it is a constant catch-22, because it lives in our consciousness, because it's not real. It lives in our consciousness, and it is generated from our consciousness, and it then takes on a life of its own, and it comes back to us. It assaults us. So it's something of our own creation that then becomes such a hideous beast that turns around and assaults us, traumatizes the fuck out of us, so that we then create it again. I don't know, I mean, self-sabotage, addictions, there's so many trips and traps and potholes and holes in the road and sinkholes and that we can get stuck in. But you see, the maverick effect always shows us the way. The maverick effect is the synchronicity, it's this intuition, it's your intuition, it's that compass, it's that presence that you feel within you and all around you. It is always with you, and it came into this place with you, and it will also show you the way out. Reset, call it whatever you like, call it going home. Layer after layer after layer. So just like these deep sea divers go in, deeper, 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 darker, 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 colder, 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 more horrendous as the veils part, and you see and behold what it is, and all the different nuances and all the different facets. I think you get to a point where you begin to come up again, and so it begins to get lighter, lighter, lighter. Now, I can't say this for certain, because where we're at, for many of us at the moment, is we're neither there or there or there. We're kind of like, well, it's like the hanged man in the tarot, it's suspended upside down. It's like Odin when he hung from the great Yggdrasil, and he went through his, his trial, his tribulation, he lost his eye. It's a bit like that. And we have been there. It's excruciating. This entire experience up to this point has been that way. We've gained a great deal of wisdom, and we've gained a great deal of strength, and we've gained many things whilst we are in the forge, working away, re-establishing our true self, our true nature, reconnecting with this force that I call the Great Mother, which of course we were never disconnected from that, which is a case in point actually, that this place is a fucking illusion, because we were never disconnected, but the illusion is very strong. This place is an illusion of evil. It's an illusion of powerlessness, of worthlessness, of disconnection, of isolation, of abandonment, of rejection, of sin, all of that. And so to counteract that, it's like, well, we need redemption, or we need to work very hard, we need to be this and we need to do that in order to regain our our sinlessness, whatever. It's just all bullshit. This is why the law of attraction never works, because people think in terms of lack. Well, I want that, meaning you don't have it now. But if everything you are and everything you always could be, if you're an infinite being, then infinity lies within us. Infinite unconditional love and creativity. And unconditional love is not putting up with bullshit, and it's not accepting the lies inherent in the hell realm that we live in. No, that's bullshit. Infinite unconditional love is clear as fucking day. It's truth. We know what infinite unconditional love is. I don't need to tell you this, because you will have worked this out for yourself, or if you haven't already, you will at some point if you're sold. But it has nothing to do with being nice, or with being good, or with being pretty. It's interesting, because I got a comment below my last video which was it just shows you the type of spiritual narcissism that people espouse. Some person telling me that your anger shows that's all ego, and that's bad. It's bad to be angry. You should be grateful and humble. And it's like, wow, talk about spiritual bypassing. I never pretend to be anything, and I certainly don't expect anybody to think that I'm spiritually enlightened. I don't believe in spiritual enlightenment. There is no such thing. It's bullshit. I have every right to feel my feelings, and I'm not going to pretend to be better than anyone else, and I'm not going to do videos where I'm sitting on a high horse. An ego, there is no such thing as ego. There is just trauma. There are lies in this realm. And this place is full of narcissistic people, and these are people that are not sold. They are just there to undermine us. They're just there to give us a certain type of experience, because at the end of the day, that is what this is. See, the question for many people is, did we come here voluntarily, or were we somehow captured by the forces of evil and put here against our will? And whenever I question that within myself and I feel it out, I always know intrinsically that it's the dark side, the trauma self and the hell contagion that actively encourages me to think in terms of, oh, I was put here against my will, ergo, I'm a powerless victim. And immediately I can feel that anti-force, I can feel the hell contagion, I can feel all that self-hate and that, oh, I hate myself. Right. And then on the other side, there was always the great mother, my true self, saying, well, of course you chose to come here, of course you chose to fall, of course you chose to have this experience. You're an infinite being. And the only way you could have had this type of experience is if you've temporarily forgot that. Because if you were here remembering that you're an infinite being, you couldn't have this experience, of course not. You had to forget everything. You had to believe that you were a powerless victim in order to have this experience. You had to have this raw material to work with. Well, there you go, there it is. Now you live in a hell realm where everything continually decays, where everything is distorted and dysfunctional, and yet everybody goes on and on about how beautiful it is, the Coca-Cola ad. It's incredible. We're surrounded by these people. We're surrounded by narcissists who continually try to trip us up. Spiritual narcissism is very, very prevalent nowadays. And whenever I come across it, I see it straight away, because it's always about, I am better than you, I am spiritually enlightened, so I am this and I am that. And anybody who says things like that, you know straight away, are full of shit. Haven't got a fucking clue, and they're full of shit, and they're narcissists. Narcissists are not sold, they're empty. They are, all they are is a carefully crafted fake persona, i.e. a software program, algorithm. Plenty of them about. Mimics as well. People, you think, well, you must be sold, because look, there's empathy, because you just gave me a little heart on Facebook or something, you know. And it's like, no, that's very good mimicking. People are very good at mimicking empathy, or mimicking being a truly souled being. But they're not, it's not real at all. Truly, it isn't real. There are not that many soul beings here. And ultimately, wherever you are, soul traveler, you are in your world, in your timeline, your dimension, call it whatever you like. You're there. That's your reality. This here is my reality, which is why no two soul travelers will ever agree on everything. It cannot be that way, for we are truly individual, having our own individual tailor-made experience of this realm, of this in our own, in our own way. And we are, all of us, rough diamonds. We have been here in the torture chamber. Of course we're going to be rough diamonds. I hate this crap of, oh well, a truly spiritual person never swears. They are never angry, and they're always humble, and they're always grateful. That's what true spirituality is. Yeah, right. So any kind of negative emotions need to be ruthlessly unacknowledged and repressed, because they're not spiritual, and we must never feel angry, and we must be humble and be grateful. You know, it's interesting, because I am grateful. I might not exist at all, yet I do, and I am here having an experience, and I'm discovering things, and all that, and all that, and all that, and there's lots and lots and lots to be grateful for. There's also lots to be really angry about, and there's a shitload of trauma that needs to be healed and transmuted. There's the Hellcategan and the Dark Generator, and there's loads of work to be done here. And that is the truth, and that's what it's all about. Everything in this realm is here to make it as difficult for us as possible. We chose it that way, we made it that way, we set it up that way. It's harder for some than it is for others. It all depends on to what level you want to play. It's kind of like that, isn't it? It's like, I don't know, playing Super Mario Brothers. Oh, I think I'll go in and play level 3 and work my way up to level 6. Some of us are working up to level 28, whatever, you know. But the deeper you dive, the higher you shall soar. I truly believe that, you know. Everything in this realm is here to obfuscate truth. We've taken our cues, we've taken our truth, our reality from the dark side. This is how it is. And it's very clever, you know, it's very clever. I was watching a documentary about near-death experiences, and wow. And I know that the so-called truther community gets really scathing about it as well. Oh, it's all a lie, it's evil. And I don't think it's neither that nor good. I think it's a curiosity. Some of these near-death experiences are very, very interesting. And some of them are blatant manipulations, yes. But some of them are very supportive of free will, very supportive of infinite unconditional love and creativity. You know? But the black and white crowds, they will simply attack everything and say it's this and it's that, and you know? It's like currently shit is happening in this realm as a reflection of shit happening in our consciousness. It will always reflect one way or another what is happening in consciousness, because that is what it is, a projection of consciousness. How could it do anything else? Right? It's like sitting in a cinema and you are projecting the film onto the screen, and you're watching the film and thinking it's real, and you're looking for answers there. And in a way, I suppose that makes sense because you're a projector of the film. So but the actual projection of it is in here. So very interesting. I mean, I could be wrong about that, right? But it's what I feel. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. If consciousness does not create reality, then we literally are powerless. We are like tiny, tiny little boats on the vast ocean in the middle of a white squall, and we will be ripped apart. We will be no more, and evil will always win, because it is something that just happens to us and there is absolutely nothing we can do then. And that is just not true. In all my years of so-called awakening, blah, I hate that fucking word, in all my years of doing that, walking this narrow path, at the very beginning of it, I was given the sentence, all will be revealed. And that sentence has come to me many times throughout my journey since. And it's true. It is true. Much has been revealed. My eyes have been opened. My heart has been opened. And things are not, I'm not living the life of Riley here, I'm not living with lots of money and in a nice house with this, that and the other, and oh yeah, my health is perfect and I look like Barbie, and none of that. No, I don't think it's about that. This isn't real. Why the fuck would I care about it like that? I don't. Not like that. What I care about is the freedom, the truth, and the true well-being of all truly souled beings. But I'm beginning to get that will be anyway. It will be, it shall be so. But each to their own, in their own manner and in their own time. And it's nothing to do with me. It's none of my goddamn business. I cannot speak for anyone else. I can only speak for myself, and I can only speak from my own personal experience, which is different from every other soul traveler's experience. It is not for me to say anything, really, about this journey other than my own. I can only speak from my own experience, And I'm a diamond in the rough. Yeah, I swear a lot. Yes, I have a lot of rage, as well I might have, considering what I've been through. I'm processing, but I'm not going to do videos and pretend I'm better than I am. Now, that would be egotistical, is to pretend that I don't have any rage. And as far as gratitude is concerned, there is a lot to be grateful for, and there's also a hell of a lot, like when this whole insidious manipulation, the withering of the crops is what I call it, fucking dark generator bullshit, like that left bullshit that's going on in the world now. People call it communism, but actually it's Bolshevism, because it's nothing to do with communism at all, actually. It's about taking everything away from the people. It's about state capitalism. But anyway, it's another story. Never mind, But gratitude it's there in its place. But when you are told, whilst you're being horrifically abused, that you better be fucking grateful, it's like, well, there are many people starving in the world. You should be grateful. At least you have food. That sort of shit. Like when it's a manipulation. When it's gaslighty nonsense, but these fucking idiots don't get that. Oh, you should be grateful. This is all New Age, and it's so disgusting to me. It's a poisonous, venomous assault. And I will always spit in its eye. I always have done. It's disgusting and it's evil. The Great Awakening. There is, this whole idea of, there's an awakening going on, everybody is going to awaken, all of humanity is going to awaken. Well, that's absolute bullshit, because the dad cannot awaken. We're surrounded by the non-real. The non-real is never going to awaken. The only thing that will happen here, Looms, come here a minute. Come here, son. Yeah, okay. There's no mouse there. No, honey. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Just all these notions of, it's all basically, it's entrapment and it's entanglement, yeah? It wants us to stay entangled in the Maya, in the illusion, in disillusion. in its narrative. It has a narrative, yeah? It's like we're entranced. We're in the cinema and we're sat in this chair and our consciousness, being the projector, projects this movie onto the screen, and we're totally entrapped, entangled in a movie, and we've forgotten that we are the projector. And it will do anything it can. It will use fear, it will use all kinds of entrapments to keep us believing that it's real, it's actually real, and look for answers and figure it out, and and it's all about this and it's all about that. And it's like, no, it's not, man. Be real about how you feel your emotions, express them in a safe manner, but let it all flow and acknowledge it. Acknowledge the trauma. Acknowledge this realm, this illusion, for what it really is. That's what it's all about. It's all about truth and being real and getting real with it and doing the work and being brutally honest with yourself. Who and what you are, what's going on within there. Brutal, unceasing self-honesty is the only way. It is the hardest of things, where you have to face yourself, all your delusions, all your trauma, all your iniquity, your demons, all your insanity, all your shadow aspects. These are all parts of you that are in a state of severe PTSD insanity. There is no way to put this to put this experience into world, but it is the way it is. All of that has to be. It is the great work. It's the great work. It's an epic quest, people. It is. It cannot be verbalized. It can only be experienced, and it can only be understood by those who are doing it. I know many people are terrified of facing themselves, terrified of being brutally honest with themselves, but I'm telling you, it's the most rewarding path. It's incredibly difficult. It's like I was lying in bed last night and I had a ciggy yesterday. Yesterday was dire. Wow, all the old behaviors, the trauma behaviors, the old self, the dying self. Oh, this is how we cope with stress, yeah. This is what we do, this is how we think, this is true. That's not true. Everything on the light, everything in the light, the great mother, it's always, your old self, your dying self always thinks that is not true, and that you mustn't take the leap of faith, that you mustn't trust in the great mother, in your true self, because that's a lie, and it's going to betray you. If you take the leap of faith and you let go of the darkness within you in favor of the power and the light and the infinite creativity within you, it's going to let you down. It's going to betray you. It's all a sadistic game. That's the biggest lie evil has going for it. You see, that is what keeps us perennially going back into the dark, thinking, well, I better stay there because it's better, the devil, and I don't trust the Lord, no, I don't trust it, no, it's not going to deliver, it's not going to, no. But increasingly, as you walk your path, you begin to see the truth, you begin to see the maverick effect of the light, of the true self, of the great mother, the force. You'll begin to see how it works. It's very, very, very subtle magic that often enough it's only after the fact that you realize that something incredible happened. You think, if I hadn't watched that movie, then I wouldn't have come across that sentence, and then I wouldn't have ended up going there doing that. The magical chain reaction, right? This intuition, where you get this intuition tells you something is going to happen, and then it happens. And it's an inception point of another magical twist and another magical turn. That is the path, and it is the maverick effect. And it's often almost imperceptible, but it's very fucking real. It is the only thing that gets us through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou walked with me. See? We didn't come into this realm obliviously, like, oh well, we might get lost, we might forever get lost in here. Fucking hell, of course not. It's ridiculous. The maverick effect, you know, I'm beginning to really feel it, see it, experience it. It's an incredible thing. I mean, I've got books and books and notebooks full of all the synchronicity. And even now, I can pick any one of them and open randomly at any page, and it will be, boom, hit me right between the eyes, and it will be meaningful in a myriad of ways. It's so supportive. It's so supportive if we but tune into it and allow it in. And for that, we need to be receptive. Why are we not receptive to it? Because the hell contagion is what we often enough choose to reside in. Like a pig in shit. I'm not going to trust the Great Mother. I'm not going to trust my true self. I'm not going to trust that part of my being. I'm not going to trust that guidance, that maverick effect. I'm not going to trust it because it's evil. It's all a sadistic evil game. But that way of thinking comes from self-hate. That is that antagonistic, hate-filled fury. It wants, and it's the inversion. You know, it's. I'm empty, I have nothing, and I'm not going to trust anything, and I'm just going to self-sabotage, and I'm going to hate myself, and I'm going to fuck myself up, and I hate you. And look at how people behave on the external plane, right? Look at it. Look at the insane shit show. You'll see the hell contagion. You'll see exactly what it is. You see how they think. You see how they behave. You see its works. You see all the tarmac roads. Go out for a walk and smell. You can barely breathe with the car exhausts, you know. And all the lies we're told about, oh, it's so much cleaner, it's so much greener. Is it? Fuck. It's fucking bullshit. Okay? It's not a Coca-Cola ad. It's all a lie, people. Oh, we're doing this and we're going to force vaccinate you. No, you're not. It's a lie. Oh, you can't come shopping in Sainsbury's anymore until you wear a mask. No, you're not. It's a lie. Oh, so much, you know, car exhaust, so much, you know, no more lead in them, so it's all clean, it's all green. No, it isn't, or it's a lie. Every time you watch the news and they show you these, this is like something happening in some far-off fucking country, it's blue screens or green screens or whatever it's called. It's not actually happening. Time and time again we're shown that they fabricate shit as they go along. They just make it up. It's not even happening at all. The only thing that is real and that's true lies within you, in here. That's where it's at, people. I know this now more than I've ever known it before. You know? But still I am dealing with the onslaught of the dark generator. Still I am dealing with the trauma and the programming and the cognitive dissonance and the resistance. No, 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 no. I'm not going there. I'm not going to trust. I will be betrayed. I'm going to sit in the dark because at least I know exactly what I'm dealing with there. It might be absolute agony, but hey, it's better to know, better to deal, you know, better the devil, you know. And it's like, no, I won't be doing that at all. And so in the night, because I had a little ciggy, it came and it said, look, you're screwed, you're fucked, you're powerless, you are just, I have the power, I'm using your free will, it's for myself, and I'm going to make you self-sabotage, you will be destroyed, you have been defeated. And I just lay there and I just knew that this is a lie, and I don't believe you anymore. And I just reasonably effortlessly could just see it in all its dark, shitty, you know, manifestation as just a lie. And that is what it always was. It's always been a fucking lie. But because we have experienced it as real and we are traumatized as fuck, we still have trouble distinguishing between lies and truth. again, this has to be experienced. One has to be in awareness of exactly what I'm talking about here for oneself. There is no way to put it into words. It is a gradual shift from dark to light. And I've got to laugh because, of course, the Q movement always goes on about that. From dark to light, from dark to light. Where we go one, we go all. The Great Awakening. It's a movie. They keep saying that as well. They keep saying, oh, it's a movie, it's a movie. And yeah, it is a movie. Green screen, you know. I just let it unfold and I sit back and I just sort of, yeah, whatever. Because we are soul travelers and consciousness creates reality. Our consciousness is shifting from dark, tortuous powerlessness, self-hate, to pure, blissful self-love, power, truth, infinite vision that slices like the sharpest razor through all the bullshit right into the heart of infinity. It is potent, it is powerful, it is the maverick effect. It has always been here, people, within us and all around us. For even though I walk through through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me, thou art within me. You see? It is a leap of faith and it is a gamble, because the dark side, this hell realm, this experience has done a number on us. Of course it fucking has. Of course it fucking has. So it is a hesitant thing. It's like, well, I'm scared that what if it does turn out to be a demon? What if it is betrayal? Then what? That would be the worst, the very worst. If I put my trust and my faith in this force of incredibleness that is within me and all around me, that I'm beginning to really experience and discern. What if I put my faith in that and it turns around and it does turn out to all have been a sick evil game? Then what? That would surely be the worst of the worst of the worst. So I feel that, I see that, I get that, and I understand that, and it's like, yeah. But you know, what the fuck, what do we have to lose, yeah, at this point? Nothing, you know. We can stay in hell, believing it all to be real, and acting like that, behaving like that, thinking like that, and not doing the work and just hell contagion, dark generator bullshit. We can do that, you know, like all the other fucking whatever. Or we can continually take that leap of faith, and it is a journey of, again, it's not like, oh, I'll take a leap of faith now and then I'll never have to do it again. The deep sea diver is coming up from the deepest, darkest, coldest depths of the ocean. There's very little life down there. It's very silent. And then, very slowly, but very gradually, we are coming up. And I think that is what is happening here. The true consciousness, it's not rising. It's simply always been there. We just haven't been able to really see it because the dark side has had such an effect on us. But that's clearing, and we are beginning to see more and more that, hey, this shift is real. It is happening. So what effect it will have on this experience, I don't know as yet, but who's to say that it already is having an effect, right? I think it is. This world is, the movie is changing. And what is true today will not be true tomorrow, people. Because it's not real, it's not set in stone at all, it isn't real at all, it's a movie. And it will change. Well, you know, think about it. What do you think the Mandela effect is all about, people? We have planes standing still in the sky. There's a really good channel. It's called Affected Collective. She doesn't post anymore. She hasn't done for ages. But it's a really good channel. I love that channel. Affected Collective. Go and check it out. I think you'll resonate. It's quite an interesting little channel. Actually, not that little. And she doesn't post anymore. But don't know what's happened to her. But you know, guys, it's a case of this is it. This is what we do, soul travelers. You know, even in the midst of darkness, we have the light within us. We are the light. That is why we see and get and understand. It's a quest. We need to just keep going. When you are aware of what I've been talking about, this internal shift, which is the clearing of our consciousness, this reset that is happening in here, in us, within us, you know that you can trust it. You are terrified to trust it because you think, fuck, what if it turns out to be a lie? But we have nowhere else left to go at this point, guys. We really don't. We can't carry on sitting in the darkness. We need to keep forgiving ourselves as well for all these perceived mistakes, because in the maverick effect, everything is utilized. I've said this before. All mistakes, all, you know, negativity, shit happens. Remember I said this, all, you know, things happen. And then somehow it's used to support, nourish and uplift us in our journey, to show us the way. Yeah, to trigger more darkness to come up and be neutralized and alchemized. All is utilized. That is the power of the maverick effect, guys, you know. It's an incredible thing. It truly is. I feel it on my heart that I trust it. I can trust it. For it has always come through for me, one way or another. It really always has. I commune with it. It communes with me. The reason it's tough to trust is because there's our trauma self. Which is still there going, oh yeah, but I'd rather trust the dark generator, which tells me that nothing is ever going to be okay, because I'd rather trust that because it looks at your life. It takes tally of your life, everything that you've been through, and it's like, well, look at everything that I went through. That can only mean that evil always wins. That can be the only truth. But if you're a soul and you chose to come into this, to have this experience, then you chose to experience that darkness, that trauma, that insanity. Then you came here to experience this realm. You did. And now you're coming out of it again. Alright? You weren't always going to stay here. You came here to have an experience. That experience is now coming to a close. Slowly but surely you're leaving this place. Or this place is leaving you. Both. Right? That is what you came here to do. This is not real. We can create, recreate, reset, do whatever we like with it. I don't know exactly, you know. I don't think we need to know. It will reveal itself to us. It will come up from within us. It is within us. The truth and infinity lies within us. Infinite creativity lies within us. We are all. We are whole. That is the ultimate truth. There is no other truth. This is how it is. And that is where the shift is at, is to finally allow ourselves to trust this guidance, this infinite unconditional love and creativity. To finally understand that that is what we are, you see, that the other side of this tortured, sinful, broken individual, that is not true, that is a lie, that's an illusion. And it wants you to perpetuate that. It wants you to continue to self-sabotage. It can grab a hold of your consciousness then and exercise its will over your free will, saying, well, see, you've done it again. You're never going to get out of here. It's all dark. It's all an illusion. There is no light. But it's not true. We have to learn to say no to the dark generator. We have to learn to stand our ground and say, look, mate, you're fucking lying to me. Now fuck off. we each do that in our own individual way. Yeah, but it's time to exercise our will and tell it to fuck off already, because it's bullshit. Yeah, it will gain more and more momentum. We will grow discernibly more powerful. Well, we don't actually, but obviously, because we are powerful. But the thing is, our awareness of our true self will, land home more and more and more. And that's really what that's all about. And it's hard, yes, it has been very hard, and it is hard right now. I know that. But what are you going to do? You're going to stop? Or you're going to keep swimming through the layers, up, up, lighter, lighter, lighter. I feel this strongly right here in my heart. Feel this. All of this is meaningful. It is. Yeah. This is a year of the number 5. It is a number of the maverick. Going into the unknown. The more we do that, the more we take that leap of faith, the more we foster and cultivate receptivity, communion with this mysterious, loving presence within us and all around us, the more we are receptive to it, the more we love ourselves and dwell in that energy, I think the more wonderfulness will happen. That's what I feel. And even when we get it wrong and the dark generator is having a massive go at us, then it shall be utilized, people. Because that is exactly what happens. I find that to be the case. It's always utilized somehow, Because we are, it's just an initiation, and it's a healing covenant, and it's a purge and a clear out. And we're right in the middle of a massive shift here anyway, because there's so many squares astrologically that is just ludicrous, absolutely insane. So the next few days, they're going to be a bit tough. But you already know, if you're walking the true path, then you already know that that's perfectly okay. Because it always works out. Because it's the maverick effect. And it's all utilized. And that is how you know that this power, this force that has walked with us, within us, all our lives, is for real. And it's not going to let us down. Ever. For we are infinite, unconditional love and creativity. We are soul travelers, guys. It's going to be alright. Keep walking your path. Keep taking the leap of faith. Commune with this. Alright? And also one more thing. There is a really nice little channel that I came across, and I just wanted to give it a thumbs up, and maybe I think quite a few of you would enjoy this the content of this channel. I certainly have. I think it's really cool. It's called Sanity Fair, as opposed to Vanity Fair by Thackeray, but this is called the Sanity Fair. I will leave a link in the description box below. What I would suggest you do is to watch all the videos, starting at the first one all the way to the last one, because it's sort of like a story. And it's full of good stuff, and you probably won't resonate with every single one. It's we all have our own take and our own experience on whatever, but it's full of pearls. It's really good stuff. So I just wanted to to share that. And guys, just keep shifting. It's all good. I know it.